I get a lot what I get for talk I'm about today. I will talk about three very important things. I will first will talk about the updates of the ADF updates of all the actions and way ADF they don't carry on. And then number two, we'll talk about the total collapse of Cameroon and the fight for power we go start for La République du Cameroon. I would explain for what people them and people there that they watch all across the globe, they would watch for TV and for Facebook as well. Would they explain on what did really happen for Cameroon and why they know we feel hold Cameroon together? Why we believe say Cameroon will finally chakara all into pieces then the moment this their new power with the new person where they want to put them for power before you want to come back, Cameroon go already scatter. So a lot they will go to talk about and these things are plenty and they be very important. So all right. Make sure say this body already take with directly for TV. Make we start. All right. So this is already plug on. We now live for ACN TV and also for ACN Facebook page. So they live. We salute our people there for. We salute our people there for Facebook. We salute our people there for Facebook and we salute the people there for ACN. We also did now live for YouTube. All right, so we make sure say we pass all the barriers and where they make them, all the fence where we pop here and the people then they put them will not be able to communicate. So we try to make sure so we bypass all those things. So be very happy. So our people then for Facebook they already join with for Facebook. So I will start the conversation very soon. Thank you, have plenty people then for Facebook and the one that for where they join with for YouTube here. All right. So all my place day, I salute all una welcome fine. I greet all man for all the people that don't take the time for joining we. The one that they join for YouTube here. Our people there that our Facebook community will get a very will get the most strongest, most powerful community for Facebook. We'll get the best Facebook warriors then. They just like we'll get what Akamatsu them for Facebook. All the come out to them for Facebook, we call una cafe, we thank una plenty say una don't join we. What people them for ground zero, make us start. I want to take the time today for salute all our people them across the Ambazonian territory for the big ghost town where they hold them all across the 13 states of Ambazonia. The Independent Ghost Town, the Independent Day Ghost Town, the Country Sunday, we all were people them across Ambazonia. They woke up today when at the first day for this new month of March, where people they woke up once more. They prove them to La République du Cameroon, they prove them to the international community for show their commitment and their demand for total independence and freedom for Ambazonia. So for people them for ground zero, for all our mommy them, our papa them, what business people them, what buy and sell them, all what people them even that they work for the colonial state for all owner. Today, all man stay for house, all market they close, no workplace not be open, people not really travel. So one thank our people for this level of sacrifices where they make them, and they know it be very necessary for the success for make sure say Ambazonia be free. What goes down be so important. And the fact is that all Ambazonians that they participate, it show a collective resistance. It shows that all man, from mommy, big papa them, big mommy them, now all man, all Ambazonians, they don't rise up for demand freedom, for demand total separation, and for end the fraudulent union. So today, now a very big day. Now number 5 year this, since 2016, we were people, they don't demonstrate this level of commitment for demand separation, for demand freedom, for demand independence of Ambazonia. So, I mean, this generation be very special. The commitment of this generation be very special. Not been something this we would ever see before. We don't ever see this kind resistance and the consistency of this kind of resistance for our people then. We don't ever see them before. So na a very special generation this. For the fact say, since 2016, this ghost town that they still go on very strong. This one, first of all, a big sign of victory for the Ambazonian people. For how far we don't come. So for that, I want to thank all our people them. I want to thank una plenty. I want to thank una plenty. I want to thank all our mommy them, all our business people them. I want to thank una plenty. Today, two very important things today I want to talk about today. I'm going to talk about the big operations them, where the new special forces, the stabilization force, where they commissioned them last week. They don't already start work. They don't Akamansu. It don't start work. Una forces them. We una don't bill them. The first professionally trained army for Ambazonia. It don't start work. I'm going to give una the update of their work and the results they already produce them for just 1 week. We'll give una that update. Then I'm going to take una today na about la République du Cameroon. We'll take una enter inside la République du Cameroon. We'll explain how Cameroon it don't scatter into pieces, and how the Ambazonian strategy it don't destroy Cameroon. We will talk about this new rebel group where they don't show their face for outside. We will talk about the implication of that group, which that one mean for La République du Cameroon, and then we will take una come inside the politics of La République du Cameroon. Why it will be impossible for Cameroon to remain one as a country. And why now, all the signs a day, say Cameroon go scatter like bread where rain don't fall on top. Cameroon go scatter so into small pieces. It go melt like ice. We'll take on a good day. Now very sweet news. We all Ambazonia the 1 year because first of all, when I know say only for you when I figure this kind talk. Not only for ACN, not only from AGovC, not only from ADF, we wanna figure this kind education and analysis. So make we enter for the story proper. Before we enter for that story proper, make we watch this video where when they launch their Kamantu, so that we now go really understand what they happen.
Part of the Kamantu forces in this today, the 19th February 2021. Now this channel the Kamantu forces in this under the canopy of the Supreme General of the ADF General Big Number. It will be easy when I got you want get power. Today, the day that they graduate the early commando force, the Ankamantu. The Ankamantu of the Ambazonia. And then this Navito now Nasiam, the Ankamantu forces in this Navisiam. The 19th February 2021. The Ankamantu forces in this for their graduation. It'll be easy.
The graduating batch of the elite force. It's on the agenda.
19 February 2021.
By the graduating class.
It be very important for the Ambazonian people them, so that it like say a lot of people not really understand. These forces, they swear an oath. They swear an oath. It be very, very important. Now, one of the most important things is these forces, they swear an oath. When I hear the oath, they swear an.
Today, the 19th February 2021.
The supervising the graduating batch for their oath swearing ceremony. On this wonderful day, I want the soldiers to raise their right hands up as they swear. I, Lieutenant General Bubu, do solemnly swear to fight and defend the sovereignty of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia.
Now what did they talk? Now what did their oath swearing talk? What did they talk? When I hear again.
Do solemnly swear to fight and defend the sovereignty of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia.
Their first thing where they talk, they have oath now for fight and defend the sovereignty of Ambazonia. It be very important. Make what people they understand why they build this force.
I, Lieutenant General Bobo, do solemnly swear to fight and defend the sovereignty of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia against all enemies, internal and external. God, being my helper, I will bear true faith and allegiance to the flag, the heroes who have gone before me, that I will fight and obey the orders of the President of the Governing Council, the officers placed before me, according to the oath and the code of conduct of the Ambazonia Defense Forces. God be my helper. God be my helper. Thank you. I, Lieutenant General Bobo, do solemnly swear to fight and defend the sovereignty of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia against all enemies, internal and external. God, being my helper, I will bear true faith and allegiance to the flag, the heroes who have gone before me, that I will fight and obey the orders of the President of the Governing Council, the officers placed before me, according to the oath and the code of conduct of the Ambazonia Defense Forces.
So, my fellow Ambazonians, when I don't hear, they swear their oath now for fight for the sovereignty of Ambazonia. Now for fight for the liberation of Ambazonia. Now for fight for make sure say the Ambazonian people, the state of Ambazonia, it be among the community of nations. They not swear for fight for some small group. They be the first professionally trained Ambazonian military. Now the first force this. For fight under the code of conduct of Ambazonia Defense Forces as the national army for the Ambazonian people then. So now collective. Now for all man. Now a nation will be builder. We need to build small groups then. They fight now for the people. They build them now for the people. So it be very important. The reason why they bring this thing up, now make what people they understand. We know so some kind of small talk they do for outside there. Because a lot of people need to really understand what the Ambazonian people that they fight for. And so a lot of the infiltrators and the enablers and the agents provocateurs now for twist the story of who these forces they be and why they why they create them. Now last week they commissioned these forces and they give them the work for do the kind of work with the small block by block forces they not fit do. For inside Wabane, for the great state of Lebiale. 2 days ago, the Supreme General of Ambazonia Defense Forces, General Efan, and the Lieutenant General, Popo, they dispatch their commando, one of the brigade them for their commando, for go for one side, where La République du Cameroon, their army post, idede, and then they dispatch the second one, make it go for the other side, with La République du Cameroon, they don't go mount another B post for Wabane. So they decide that they want to go launch attack for 2 places at the same time. The Akamatsu, the stabilization force, it launched 2 attacks for those different places for La République du Cameroon, their army center and their B post for one time. When I guess what happened? La République du Cameroon, they abandoned the B post, they abandoned the army camp for Wabane. Both those places, they be under the total control of the Ambazonia Defense Forces for inside Wabane. Both the B camp and the army camp, La République du Cameroon don't abandon them. They run. Everybody don't run. All. So Wabane, it don't fall under the control of the Ambazonia Defense Forces after those actions. It be now a captured territory. It be now a liberated territory. Now the reason this would have formed this force. Now the purpose this would they take time for train them, for give them those kind of weapons, for start for move La République du Cameroon for the only places them where their army, police, gendarme, and B the day inside Ambazonia. Before I want come for here, I don't talk with the general for the great state of Momo, General Sumanguru. They go send we the videos after La République du Cameroon they run the videos so they take them for that B camp and the army camp. They go send we all the videos them. We go come from outside here. We can show now the bravery of our forces. That's why we go for build an army. As we flush Cameroon out, the army they go take control of those places for the liberated area and start for put in stability for Ambazonia people then. Now big progress this, just 1 week after they launch this force. Big progress. Wabane don't be captured. Wabane for Libya land already be liberated. For only one action with the carry on for 2 places at the same time. Now the power for get this kind of sense, for do this kind of thing, for build this kind of force. Now the reason this, we will need, as we talk say, we move for this phase of the stabilization, for start for implement transition authority. We need now this kind of forces them, where they fit do this kind of work. Every place where La République du Cameroon army, police, B and gendarme the day. The Akamatsu, they go dismantle them even inside Bamenda. Even for Boya, we go dismantle them. When I remember, what be Akamatsu? Akamatsu means say you be the warrior of warriors. That means say you be the tiger of all the tigers. Now you be the lion of all lions. That's why they call them Akamatsu. The best of the best. The one way is strong past all. If you take all, you put them together. After that one, Now the one we on top. This boy the bad. Which you don't put inside the bad. This one are just the beginning. Now just the beginning this. For la République du Cameroon. So, una imagine say, just 1 week. Not only 1 week this oh. Not only 1 week, they just put them for work. Now 1 week they just finish for welcome them, for tell them, for give them their for put their flag, for them for take their oath. Now only 1 week. Not only 1 week. So if for 1 week only, they already knock out a B post and take out the army camp for Wabane. Then imagine the month of March. It could be a very sweet month for the Ambazonia people. Then March goes sweet. Wait till the Ambazonia Defense Forces don't plan for Pobia. Wait till the Ambazonia Defense Forces they don't plan for la République du Cameroon. See, man. If we only know the plan where they already plan now, things already happen for inside Ambazonia. No place, no day will la République du Cameroon they will show their head for outside. The ADF they know take them out. No place, no day again. So for la République du Cameroon, for them, the matter don't end for them. For la République du Cameroon, in terms of Ambazonia, that matter now whole story. Because for place where they don't move ADF, that trap them for that their ammo car. Where no go be. They no go fee waka for any place on Ambazonia. They no go fee enter for any place on Ambazonia. They no go fee show their head for any place for Ambazonia. Now the level that. So, when I get confidence, say they say the month of March. When I know say they say for January and February, now about 54 la République du Cameroon, Army, Police, Gendarme and B. Where ADF and our sister forces them and the fighters them from Ambazonia they kill them. 54, just January and February. 54 soldiers. 2 of that they are army truck, they knock them down. 3 ammo car, they knock them down. Just for January and February. So that means say ground zero go over hot. Ground zero go hot. Also today, we don't get a video we don't come up for inside la République du Cameroon. And that video actually I did look for. I want to really play that video for you now. Now a video where it is show how the Cameroon army they go inside their own country for la République du Cameroon and they carry a dead body of a top officer for la République army with a killie for Ambazonia. La République government shame no go enough make them not make they hide the dead body. So they finally carry this dead body, they carry them, they go for their own country there. As they go their country. Now I read them for some place. They say die don't enter for inside Babylon. No. As they enter their country, they cry with their people, they cry. Cry with French, mommy, for la République du Cameroon. They cry with the move them. Hey, they cry. I say, these people then too they cry. Me I don't know so this. I don't know say that people then too they cry. I don't know say they say when they bring the dead body for their own picking them too. I not be no say that mommy then too they cry. That mommy they move cry. They move cry. They move cry. That's so that they fall for down the knock their skin. I say, so poor Bia. The bulu mommy then too they cry. They get tears. So poor Bia thinks that this thing you only do for Ambazonia. ADF and our sister forces they don't promise you. We go to send more every day for la République. We will send more every day. We will send the coffin them for la République mamie them. Make them to the cry for all the pain we the cause of Ambazonia. Now the same pain that mamie they go cry until they rise up against Pobia. Until it go touch them. Until they rise up against Pobia for killing their picking them. For the fact that they send their picking them for war. Make their picking they go kill other picking them. And then they kill them too. Make they go burn house in Ambazonia. We must send plenty of that die body them back to Pobia until Pobia pack out. Until that Mami then too, they rise up against Pobia. Who said that their video where they cry themselves? Now give me a moment. Ma put that their video for you. When I go see a French Mami then too. Now then this. Now in this. I don't see her. When I watch. Ambazonia shui. Ambazonia shui. Shoot them. Ambazonia they shoot them. Ambazonia they shoot them. Pobia say one fight Ambazonia. Not be Pobia say one fight Ambazonia. Many can't fight this generation. We will see. We will send them back for them. We will send them back for them. Ambazonia they shoot them. Then too they cry. We not be no say them too they get tears.
Plastic thing, they haven't done anything. Don't know what I said about it. Don't know enough for one.
Una come Ambazonia can't fight. Una come. No, una come. Ambazonia can't fight. Nenda. Somebody cry, hey, Pobia don't kill you, hey, Pobia don't kill you, hey, Pobia they do this kind of thing for me, so, hey, Pobia, see what you did for picking them all, hey, Pobia, see what you did for, hey, a lot of people that are picking them, see them, and they're They too they cry. Oh, you know, because they too they get tears for eye. We not be no say they too they feel cry. Oh, Pobia. So you not be no say they too ya mami they too they cry. So Pobia not be no say the mami they for La République du Cameroun. They too they feel cry. Wata na wata. Na Ambazonia this. So that one now, it don't take we will enter for the real discussion we bring all the way for you today. A real discussion. My people then, part of the Ambazonian strategy for gain independence, for defeat La République du Cameroon and give the Ambazonian people them their country back. Part of that strategy, it be mean say we go weaken Cameroon. How we go weaken Cameroon? How the Ambazonian strategy go weaken Cameroon? How? Number one, we go stop all the money where they take from Ambazonia through the strategy of stop economic exploitation. The block by block strategy, it make it be impossible for La République du Cameroon for thief all Ambazonian natural resources. It make it be impossible. So when you stop the money where they thief from Ambazonia, because that's the only reason that they did it. The only reason La République du Cameroon they for Ambazonia, now because of Ambazonia, there are plenty money where they get them. Where God it bless the Ambazonian people with them. God over bless Ambazonians. They think that for the Ambazonian anthem, they talk say land of milk and honey. God bless Ambazonia. It bless Ambazonia. It bless Ambazonia. Once La République, they don't say Ambazonia, money over day. That means say, while land, it be one of the richest place for Africa. That the reason that where they occupy Ambazonia. So that strategy be mean I say, we go stop all the money where Cameroon fi move from Ambazonia. So that the country will become very poor. Number two, it be say all that their army where they send from Ambazonia. They go take all the money where they supposed to give their people them water. They're supposed to give their people light. They're supposed to be school for their people them. They're supposed to be hospital. Pay people their salary. Put small development. They go take all that money so here, carry on all, put on for war. For try for keep Ambazonia under occupation. As a result, development no go there for their place. Water no go get there for drink. Electricity no go be. Hospital no go bill them. School they no go bill them. Road they no go fit maintain the road them. They know if you pay people their salary. So it go make them, the country go choke. A part of that is strategy that. As the country they choke, the people them for north, vexation to go there for their heart. Because more money no would they even for give small chop for that side for north. Because first of all, chop not there for that side. The northern provinces of Marua, Garua, na complete desert, chop not there. Chop no go be for chop. Water no dey, electricity no dey. They no fit pay people them. For down, the Basa people them no go be very happy. The Bami they no go be very happy. It go cause infighting within the Northeast, the Bulus, the Bamilikes, and the Douala people them. Infighting go be because all man they would blame na Pobia. They would blame na the Bulu Republic. The Douala they would blame Pobia. Say na Pobia cause all this problem. Why you be go attack launch war for Ambazonia then? Pobia. So all them now, power, it go start. Because they will start to say Pobia must go. But now, since their constitution not put any clear way, who will take power after Pobia? The fight for power for La République du Cameroon, it go start. The one that for North, then two they will say, we don't want and we anymore. Bamileke they will say, we don't want and we anymore. Douala fight will be all side. Now the strategy is weaken Cameroon, cause plenty chaos. And then, so that now, then they will try for whole power within Cameroon for keep Cameroon together. But enough to keep them. Because Ambazonia don't make it be impossible for them for keep Cameroon together. Because of the Ambazonian strategy. So Cameroon, it then for the place where, as we already tell now, it go scatter into pieces. They not keep them together. Because of the Ambazonian strategy. Now they sense this with Dr. Ayaba. It took him for the strategy for defeat Cameroon. Now they trap this with Dr. Ayaba, the leader for a war of independence, is set up for Paul Biya. And Paul Biya go fall inside that trap. Me una year. 6 months ago, when I remember 6 months ago, I can't tell when I say some group ide for that side for Northern Cameroon, where they don't start to organize themselves. We tell una say a rebel group, it already start to organize themselves for Northern Cameroon. That was 6 months ago. About 4 months ago, they moved their first video, put them for outside. We can't tell una where they send warning for Paul Biya. They send direct warning for Paul Biya. We can't tell una. So I hope say una go this one it go give una more evidence for more understand. Say they say a lot of the things that we do scientifically because we feel predict and read the sign that for know what they happen. Una see how they manifest every day. This rebel group, it don't come off outside today. It move another video. Now in this, una here, una they talk for that language.
Vous donner quelques éclaircissements concernant la situation actuelle qui prévaut entre le mouvement MLC et le gouvernement camerounais. Les forces de défense et de sécurité camerounaises ont recruté certains civils à autodéfense camerounaises et nigériens pour nous combattre. Comme ils ont peur de nous combattre, ils ont fait venir, n'est-ce pas, certains civils, parce que moi je les appelle civils armés.
So what you talk for be very important. Now in that it talk for the Bulu for that their language, for that the Egyptian for that their Babylon language, for that the Egyptian language. It talks they say Cameroon army because these guys them na part of Cameroon army where they don't commode the army. Na part of the Cameroon army. A lot of them are Cameroon army, they don't commode the vexation there for their heart. They don't go form their own rebel group. What did they talk? This guy they talk say they say the Cameroon army nothing can fight them. They don't go create vigilante. They don't go carry young people them. They give them gone. Some they can't fight them.
Autodéfense, les Tambanga. Ils se sont associés avec eux pour venir nous combattre. Mais je vous mets en garde, les autodéfenses. Mettez-vous à l'écart. Nous sommes des militaires. Regardez les tenues qu'on porte. Nous ne sommes pas des civils. Nous sommes des militaires. Donc, notre problème est entre le gouvernement camerounais et notre mouvement. Nous n'avons pas.
Now in that, it talk straight. He said their problem. Not be na the small vigilante group them. Where Paul Biya, here and Tanganji and the Minister of Defense, they don't create American fight them. He said they no one fight that one. That one is small. He said their problem now between their group and the Cameroon government. Paul Biya. That's what they talk for that Egyptian language.
Des problèmes avec vous. Mettez-vous à l'écart de nos problèmes. Laissez-nous avec les forces de défense et de sécurité camerounaises. Vous n'êtes pas à la hauteur de nous combattre. Parce que les armes que nous détenons, vous ne les détenez pas. Vous ne les avez pas et vous n'avez pas la capacité de nous combattre. Si vous tirez sur un de nos éléments, nous allons essayer de supprimer vos villages un par un. Ça, je vous le garantis. Laissez-nous avec les forces de défense et de sécurité camerounaises. Parce que c'est à eux que nous avons des réclamations. C'est à eux.
It is send warning for that for the vigilante group the way Paul Biya they don't create them. Somebody can't fight them. It is send warning for them. He said that boys they not go fight them because they are untrained to be professional army. But they not even try. But if they make a mistake, they kill one of their member for their rebel group. Then they go scatter the whole place for inside Northern Cameroon.
Nous avons des revendications, mais pas avec vous. Vous êtes des civils. Occupez-vous de ce qui vous regarde. Et maintenant, concernant les massacres et la tuerie de bétail dans certaines zones de la République du Cameroun, ceux qui ne savent pas, l'armée camerounaise est en train de massacrer les peuples sous prétexte que ces derniers nous soutiennent. Je vous rappelle ici qu'on n'a aucun soutien du gouvernement, des civils. Nous ne sommes pas soutenus par des civils. Nous ne sommes pas soutenus par un pays que ce soit. Nous sommes indépendants.
It talks they say the Cameroon government, the Cameroon army, that they go commit atrocities, commit a lot of massacre them, so that they go can't talk say that this rebel group they don't do them. They make people they know say then they know they after for fight for civilian or kill civilian. Not be their work that. Their work now for fight Cameroon army and the Biya government.
Nous avons entrepris nos actes à travers, c'est-à-dire de tout ce que le régime nous a fait. Et nous avons revendiqué, c'est-à-dire nous avons revendiqué auprès du gouvernement camerounais ce qui nous a fait révolter. Mais
now that they talk, say the reason for all the things the way Pobia and the Cameroon government, they don't cheat them for the people of the northern Cameroon. For all the bad things, they don't cheat them, do them for these people them. Then they go back and back for Pobia. That's why they talk for Egyptian language.
en garde, les Peuls, les autodéfenses, les Dambanga, mettez-vous à l'écart de notre chemin. Sinon, les représailles seront énormes. Vous serez des réfugiés parce que nous allons vous combattre comme il le faut. Maintenant, on a entrepris certaines négociations en vue de libérer certains de nos leaders, notamment Marafa Hamid Yaya, Zervé Mendozé, Iya Mohamed et autres. Mais le gouvernement camerounais est en train d'utiliser, c'est-à-dire nos cerveaux. Le gouvernement camerounais croit qu'il peut nous piéger, n'est-ce pas, pour venir à bout de notre mouvement. Mais nous mettons...
So basically what he talk, he said they be supposed to enter into negotiations with the Cameroon government for move all the people the way they don't name and we probably don't catch and put them for prison. Their own leaders. Their own leaders from northern Cameroon. We probably don't catch almost all of them. He put them for prison. They're supposed to enter for negotiation, for negotiate, for move those people from all the prisons. But probably won't play the sense. If na sense probably won't use them, then they will show probably something.
Également certains individus qui sont dans la ville de Ngaoundéré, qui sont en train de faire du commerce à travers nos noms. Non. Nous connaissons le Cameroun, nous sommes des Camerounais. Nous savons déjà à qui négocier, n'est-ce pas? Et nous avons mis stand-by. Du moment où ils ont refusé de libérer les Marafa et autres, nous avons mis stand-by à notre négociation. Donc, ceux qui continuent de dire, n'est-ce pas, d'aller mentir au gouvernement camerounais que nous continuons toujours de négocier avec eux, ça c'est faux. N'est-ce pas? Certains sorciers, n'est-ce pas, viendront ici nous parler que nous sommes des étrangers et autres, que nous sommes des Éthiopiens, nous sommes des Soudanais. Oui, qualifiez-nous de tout ce que vous voulez. La nationalité ne compte pas dans une rébellion.
So basically, the Cameroon government, they do the same sort of thing. They always lie. When problem they need to talk say problem they. Now they say they talk say the Cameroon government they lie for the international community and they lie for the people of La Republic of Cameroon say this rebel group, now people them from Mali, now people them from Niger, they come on a different country, they not be Cameroonese. Now they tell them say no, we be proper. We be proper les Cameroonese. Now we don't pick up guns, organize ourselves. We don't come up for La Republic Army. We don't put ourselves together for carry out revenge for all the things them. We pour beer and the government they don't do them for the people of northern Cameroon. Now they talk. They say they not be foreigners. They be proper citizens of La République.
Nous avons ici parmi nous des mercenaires de toutes, c'est-à-dire de toute nationalité. N'est-ce pas? Et de ça, certains viendront nous parler également de notre financement, que nous sommes soutenus par les forces exogènes, par les forces étrangères et autres. Nous n'avons aucun soutien étranger.
He talks say Cameroon government also they tell the world say, hey, you know, I don't mind those guys, and you know that they receive money from the foreign government, that they give them money. Their money they come on from outside. He said, no. What money they come on from outside. Now we self-organize ourselves inside here for battle la République du Cameroun.
Au clair, c'est parce que le régime de 40 ans de pouvoir, n'est-ce pas, a choisi de nous combattre. Et nous le combattons aussi. C'est à travers nos propres moyens que nous avons entrepris ces démarches.
He say after 40 years, a government don't stay for power for after 40 years. He not fit take care of the people them. But now he want turn for fight them. If not so, they go fight Pobia. They go fight Pobia.
Et ça ne fait que commencer, ce n'est qu'un début. On n'a rien commencé, on n'a rien entrepris. Mais dans bientôt, les choses sérieuses vont commencer. N'est-ce pas? Ils vont vous dire que nous sommes rebellés parce que nous sommes des voleurs. Les voleurs plus que les douaniers qui sont entre Garoua et le Nigeria. de voler plus que les douaniers qui sont entre Garoua et Ngaoundéré, de voler plus que les Alcomi et autres, ou bien de voler plus que ceux qui construisent le stade d'Olembe, ou bien l'autoroute Douala Yaoundé. Mais ne nous prenez pas pour des cons. Les voleurs, c'est d'abord le gouvernement camerounais. Les
it's a pobia. It's the Cameroon government. They talk say, oh, we don't mind them. That thief people them. They don't go gather themselves, so become small thief people them for thief things them. It's a no. It's they not be thief people, and they not be enough for thief. It's the real thief people. Now the one where they talk say the one go be stadium for Douala. They chop all the money. They ask for more. They chop them. They ask for more. They chop them. They ask for more. They chop them. And the one where they talk say they go be stadium for Douala for Yaoundé. It's the real thief people. Now Paul Biya, he and the gang where they don't stay for power for 40 years. It's not the real thief people than that.
de pouvoir, c'est ça. Ce sont eux les voleurs. Nous ne sommes pour rien. Les plus grands bandits là, c'est d'abord le gouvernement camerounais. Que vous le voulez ou non. Moi, je vous le dis ici. N'est-ce pas?
It's the real big thief people them. Now Paul Biya and the group where they don't seize power for Cameroon, they make it like say Cameroon in their country. The reason why they bring this thing up, the reason why they bring this video up, now for show now how Cameroon don't scatter and how the colonial B, army, police, and gendarme, they not fit maintain Cameroon as a country anymore. They not fit maintain the security. They not fit maintain the peace for Cameroon. They not fit keep Cameroon as one anymore. Paul Biya not fit keep Cameroon as one country anymore. These people then, they threaten for cut the northern part of Cameroon from Cameroon and Holland. They threaten for cut the northern part of Cameroon from Cameroon. So what do you mean? Now it means say, for the last 40 years, the concentration of power for Cameroon, it don't dinner for the hand of the Bulos. The Bamileke them, they threaten their own day through Kamto. The Douala they did they threaten their own. I don't see the one for Northern Cameroon restart. Two armed groups, the day for inside the Western region. Two of them, una go see them. Armed group, it they inside littoral. They prepare, they wait. We be tell na 3 months ago. Those guys already be ready. They just wait the right time. Una go hear crack, 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 crack for the streets of Douala. Una go hear them. It come. Na a matter of days, weeks, na a matter of time. They wait the right time. When Paul Biya make the mistake for give power for another Bulu, now for the whole thing will scatter. Or for give power for Frank Biya, now for they go spoil. The one that for Western region, they go start their own crack, 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 crack. The one that for Douala, they go start their own crack, 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 crack. Una go the year. So, what people need to understand, I say, the Biya government already collapsed. Cameroon don't get a government anymore where if he hold the country together. You don't get them. The person with the lead Cameroon, they don't know who the lead Cameroon. That's why when they say Tangaji, they move up and down, up and down. There is no, the center cannot hold because there's no center. So now, what did they try for doing? Well, I want to bring the discussion. For Cameroon for stay together as one country, the government, whoever will be the government of Cameroon, it got to do serious negotiation of power. Because you get all these four parts. We now they fight for power. When at the end now this armed group, this rebel group for Northern Cameroon, they already start to put their own terms for the conditions for the negotiation of power for Cameroon. Say Mafara and all the rest them, Mendoza them all, we been at their people, they sponsor them. They do already start for give conditions, say they must move all them for power. Now conditions that for the negotiation of power for Cameroon. The people for Kanto, they're going to put their own conditions for negotiate for that same power. And then you get the people then for Douala, they're going to put their own conditions for negotiate for that power. So the negotiation for the new power for Cameroon, it be so complex. And the complexity of the problem, it passed the complexity of the intelligence and the strategy for the current Cameroon system. I repeat them again. The complexity of the problem, the political problem for this negotiation of power, it be too complex, more than the intelligence we Cameroon government get them, more than the sense we Cameroon government get them for solve and provide the solutions where they go satisfy all these four entities, for satisfy the northern bloc, the western bloc, the Bassa bloc, all right, for satisfy them, and then for make sure say the Bulu bloc, when at the non-control power for the last 40 years, they will also get the majority control while they bring in the other one there. Now the challenge than this. So the challenge for Cameroon, not be not only say Ambazonia be guaranteed for be a free nation. The challenge for Cameroon, not be not only how Cameroon go survive as a country, as Ambazonia they gain recognition, as Ambazonia go become free. When you get 65% of the GDP of all the money for Cameroon, we keep Cameroon alive as a state, it come under for Ambazonia. Now when you take that 65, the three northern provinces of Cameroon of La République, they almost contribute zero to the GDP of Cameroon. So what it remain economically as a country? No nothing. Now the problem then for Cameroon, if we really take the time for explain them, what that they call them Cameroon as a country need to exist again. If you take them, you put them together, what that they call Cameroon as a country does no longer exist. It need to exist again. Not just a skeleton. Cameroon now not just a name. There's no government. Everybody on now all man for your own. God help all man. Now all that. The place don't scatter. What did this one mean for the Ambazonia people? Now people they ask me, I follow the question. What did this one mean? What did this one mean for Ambazonia? And I say, Cameroon already fall as a country. It don't be too weak. Now rebels and that for northern Cameroon. The government not get the army. Ambazonia on a year fine. Cameroon government, the army, police, B and gendarme, they not there for handle all these problems for Cameroon. Because of the mistake we probably make for declare war for Ambazonia. The war we probably declare for Ambazonia. Now the biggest mistake that where it go bring the entire Cameroon down. Once you move all the resources I mean say the money, the army, the police, the gendarme and the B, where they supposed to keep Cameroon stable or at least frighten the people them for pretend say the country be safe. Once you move them, you send them, may they go fight now a war for another place. You leave the whole space empty. Those people now they will woke up, the system don't scatter. You know if you pay them, you know if you bribe them, you know if you keep them together anymore. All the small way they give them for keep those people them. May they not rise up, may they not organize themselves. It not day again. Those benefits are not day again. Those money, those bribe for back, you know day again. Those back of money where they give Kavayege Jibril and give this person and give that person and give that person. May they go for all this community. Give 5,000 for it, 10,000 for it. That money no dey again. So now the system, the hungry don't start. The political hungry, the hungry for this bribery we used to enter people their pocket. It don't start. People not get water for drink. Light no day. How una think say the country fit stand? Enough is stand again. So what did this one mean? Now say the prediction with Dr. Iba, he designed this strategy for the Ambazonian people there. Cameroon will be so weak. Now, once this problem they start, as this rebel group don't come on now, the small beat them, police and gendarme where they did for Ambazonia. Cameroon only get a force of 13,000. Now all that. You know plenty. Now only 13,000 army Cameroon get up. Only 13. So 13,000 not plenty. And they need some for fight Boko Haram. They need some for the eastern border between Cameroon and Central Africa. Big Wahala Dede. They need some of them. They need some for Marua. They need some for Garua. They need some for Ngaoundere. They need some for Betwa. Alright? What about Yaoundé, the whole Central Province? What about the side for Western Province? They need them. Then now imagine, the half of them where they remain, they cannot send them from Ambazonia. So when this kind of thing happen, they go now start move some of them, send them back for Northern Cameroon, for try for go keep peace on Northern Cameroon, keep Northern Cameroon safe. Cameroon not fit win the war for Ambazonia. They not fit. There is no way where Cameroon fit win the war for Ambazonia. They not get the human capacity. They not get the training. They not get the skills. They not fit win the war. Ambazonia be guaranteed for be free if they just do a few things right. If the Ambazonia people them they do a few things right, they take advantage of this weakness, of this defeat of Cameroon for Ambazonia, and this collapse of Cameroon inside Cameroon. Cameroon don't collapse inside Cameroon. So the weakness of Cameroon, the collapse of the Biya regime, the defeat of Cameroon inside Ambazonia, and the chaos, the political power play and power fighting for inside Cameroon, all these things it constitute a state where it dey now for a crisis, a power crisis, an economic crisis, a security crisis, a stability crisis. Cameroon is a country where it gets so many problems and there's no solution. So Cameroon they only go down and down and down every day. Now a big advantage is for Ambazonia. Very big advantage to the Ambazonian people then. Ambazonia only need to do one or two things. Cameroon go cut into two for Ambazonia. Now only small few things Ambazonia they need to do one. The independence of Ambazonia be very sure. That one are guaranteed. There is no way La Republic government or their international partners they fit bring back Cameroon and help them make they regain control from Ambazonia. It be impossible. It be impossible for the defeat with Ambazonia don't cause them for them. So think about it. Only January and February, Ambazonian forces, the Ambazonian Defense Forces and the sister forces, they kill 54 La République du Cameroon, be police, army, and gendarme. Take out 3 armor cars and 2 trucks. 1 armor car, na $500,000. 1 armor car, $500,000. You knock 3 of them out, na $1.5 million. That. Ooh. All that one are borrowed money. So what you remain? If for 1 week, 1 action, they are Kamatsu, it chase out, it take them out from a B camp and it take them out for a military camp. Now only one or two things Ambazonia they need for doing for gain their recognition. As for Cameroon, they don't be over. So any Ambazonia who is still there on the side, you still get some fantasy. Say Ambazonia and Cameroon, they will continue to be as one country. I want to beg you, please. I beg you, this one a brotherly advice, a friendly advice. Go wash your face. Go take cold water. We ice the day. Go take water, put ice. Wash your face. Wash your face. Clean your eye. Move that polo way there for your eye. Go wash your face with cold water. Cameroon, he control Ambazonia. An old story. That one an ancient history. For place where we dey now, if we know what did happen for ground, this weekend we pass. 5 top generals for ADF and their forces. They go for the ADF headquarters. 5 top generals from Ambazonia for ADF. And their different forces them. The workers so they enter for ADF headquarters. For go get a meeting with the Supreme Commander of Ambazonia Defense Forces, General Efa. And all man put his hand on top that flag. All them. For swear. For the new work. Wait till it can't happen for ground zero. Ground zero go shake. Wait till the ADF. Wait till Dr. Eba. Through the ADF, they don't lay out for ground zero. For shake place. For shake la Republique du Cameroon inside Ambazonia. They be weak. Cameroon army, police, they be very weak. Very weak. The lessons we will teach them. They be very weak. They go run Ambazonia. So for all our people, they want to be very hopeful that the best time this for our history will never be for here. All the things them, all the circumstances, they don't work for the greatest favor of the Ambazonian people. So make all our people to be very hopeful for the fact winning. But I know say people not see them like winning. That's why we get these conversations. That's why we take this time for can story, make all we talk together, reason together, so that more no place will day. There's no such thing left as Cameroon. Cameroon they only live now on drips, financial drips. They need for borrow money every month for Cameroon as a country for survive. And I don't hear what they happen for outside now. They talk now, say me they not give them that, me they not borrow the money anymore. Government of Canada, government of America, now they talk say make all those international organizations them where they give, where they still borrow money, their money, me they not borrow the money anymore. It come. As for we, ground zero be ready, it be strong. The ADF don't put a lot of systems for ground, and they coordinate with all our sister forces them for effective implementation of the stabilization plan. Not been just for stabilize the ground. Now the first step that stabilize the ground for the Ambazonian people them for start take full control of local governance for ground zero through the transition authority. That's why they get for create their Kamatsu. For make sure say all the places where they start for implement Ambazonian governance for the transition authority. Ambazonia, the start for enjoy the freedom of Ambazonia as Ambazonians. For start for put in the local governance structure where they go start for implement how for run our communities under Ambazonia institutions. Now big achievement than this. Now big things than this for the Ambazonian people. Make all money heart feel good. When you hear this kind of news, make you happy. Be happy for Ambazonia. Now the things that this we don't fight for. As we talk, we not go wait until the day where some person can't talk say, I don't recognize Ambazonia. Before Ambazonia they take over. We they take over and we'll give them no choice than for recognize we. Now they sense this. We defeat Cameroon. We take over. We start for implement self-governance, self-rule. And they no go get no choice than for recognize we. That they sense this. For inside one state for Ambazonia, I know we call the state the name, the Governing Council of Ambazonia. Now for one full state for Ambazonia, they already implement the transition authority. For one state inside Ambazonia, the entire state, they already implement the transition authority for ground zero. For Ambazonia, one state, it is under the total self-governing structure as Ambazonia. Under Ambazonia Transition Authority. As we talk, it only already happened. Since almost 2 weeks, we start. For instance, Ambazonia, they need to pay no tax for La République. Now within Ambazonia, they collect those tax for the Transition Authority. Now then they manage their hospitals, they manage their clinic. Yes. And then they work how the community school they will start building. And we said they will start for be all new health center them. Inside Ambazonia. So when I get faith, make all these things, the collapse of Cameroon, maybe a joy for Ambazonia. The infighting of power for Cameroon as those rebel group for Northern Cameroon, they already start for place their own demand for political participation. So to the Camptos, so to the dwellers, they place their own demands. As you know, this Mumu head them. You don't know how for sheer power. Now for the boxing match go start. Boxing match go start for Cameroon small time. One big boxing match. The North will the punch. Bamileke will the punch. Douala will the punch. The bullet them to the one punch. All things will just explode. Alright? So why all this one they happen? All this one they happen because of Ambazonia. Because of the Ambazonian strategy. The biggest mistake we probably make and for launch war against the Ambazonian people. But the greatest sense where Ambazonia they get them, with Dr. Ayeba, he give the Ambazonian people them the strategy for defeat Pobia. Now he don't weaken Cameroon so, and he don't turn Cameroon like ice with sun it shine on top. It go melt. Now all that man. Now they enjoy this. That's why for every stage for a war of independence, the leader they can't tell the Ambazonian people who's how they what you get for do for we forget for place where it go take we 3-10 steps further. That's why it get plenty sense. Can't tell when I say with the defeat of Cameroon, the Ambazonia people get for create the army, for start for take control for the ground, stabilize the ground, give our people them the confidence. This week, the leader for our war of independence, Dr. Ibacho, he get very good news. Very big news. Very sweet news. We go can share them with the Ambazonia people then. This week. Someone expect the leader to address the Ambazonian people then this week with some very fine news. Something we go make all we were hard go over sweet. Something we go make all man. It go make all Ambazonians their heart go over sweet. For all the people they run the wait for that kind of good news. The good news will come this week. All money heart go over sweet. All man. Alright? So now the story this for today. One tank on a plenty. But the people don't all we get for tank. The people don't all we get for tanker. Our forces. We don't come this far. Not been because of ghost towns. Not been because just for school boycott. Not been because all we rise. We don't come this far. Now because of the sense, the intelligence, the strategy, what they call and say the Ambazonian strategy. The strategy with Dr. Ibacho, it designed for the Ambazonian people them. It inspired the Ambazonian people them. It inspired all the fighters for ground. It inspired all the soldiers them for rise up. And they see the idea makes sense. And they rise up for defeat Cameroon. They rise up and they make the necessary sacrifice for give Ambazonian people their hope. And for put we for place where today, Ambazonia and a household name throughout the world. In just 4 years, we don't come up from a people where the world not be know we for be a people when they determine the biggest agenda for the most powerful parliaments for the world. Would make head news. You move parliamentarians, you move senators them for the most powerful nations for speak for Ambazonia. A big achievement that. So one time we have forces. For the projection where they don't project Ambazonia. For the way they don't defend Ambazonia. All what defense forces them across the 13 states. Now when I don't give this generation the pride. What commanders them where they don't rise up for take control of their blocks as the leaders and the people that they govern those blocks. What generals where they don't show the highest level of bravery of a determined people. What diasporan population we don't always answer the call for contribute and make the necessary donations for provide ground zero, for implement the strategy, for bleed and defeat the occupier. One tank on a plenty. One tank all Ambazonians and for diaspora. We over the last maybe 6 months or so, they don't listen to the logic of reasoning and persuasion. They don't listen to sound education. They don't come back for continue with the liberation of homeland. Or the one where they don't give up. I don't talk to so many people. In a week, I talk to about 300 to 400 people in a week. The good news, then what hear them. Both on ground zero, people that don't give up and their hope don't be reawakened because of the new kind of education, because of the leadership of Governing Council of Ambazonia, because of the leadership of the ADF, because of the kind of education, communication, empowerment, and love we get them for our people then. Because of the kind of respect we don't bring them for those who would talk about Ambazonia and who would represent Ambazonia. We will gain respect, gain trust. I remember just this week we just passed so. One of our papa for this side for Canada, an Ambazonia, a high class man, very highly educated man. Now, a doctor for Canada here. Over the last 2 years, it's not 1 year anything anymore about this war of independence. It's because we don't turn a game of cosh. You don't turn a game, this activist versus that activist. You're not being about the people anymore. You don't turn as something where, now from one leader to the next. They say don't give up. You not 1 year anything. You not be the listen for all this thing anymore. And now we don't contribute plenty money for free Ambazonia. But they say the moment they chop that money and they can't take this thing, they turn them into this kind thing between that person versus this person. They say, and the story that for most Ambazonians. So over the last 6 months, especially, the man said don't pay attention to what we talk. He don't pay attention to the leadership of Dr. Ayaba. He don't pay attention to the policies of the AGOFC and how they conduct themselves. And he don't follow the work of the ADF. He said don't follow the way we communicate, the way we talk with respect, the way we talk now with sense, the way we talk now about the issues, now about the debate now the issues and the ideas. He said don't make it, you don't gain so much faith. And when you hear about the stabilization project and how Dr. Ayaba explained why it be important for the Ambazonian people, he said this man gets sense. He don't always do the right thing. He said he walk. He said he don't respect Dr. Ayaba work. He call. The reason why they tell you this story, now a story of hope. And the story this why they hear them across Ambazonia. He called. He said, I want to donate $500 for the stabilization force. He said, when I send we address, we send address. 2 days later, a check of $500 for this Ambazonia where we don't give up. He reached AGOFC Treasury. He called again on Wednesday. He said, I just woke up for this morning time. I see the stabilization force where Dr. Ayaba talk am. I see don't build them for the Ambazonian people then. He said, my heart was sweet. I trust this man. I trust the leadership. Anything we talk, I do am. He talk the stabilization force he created for the Ambazonian people then in 90 days. He said, when I see the commissioning of that force, and I see how General Efan, he build an army for ground. He said, my heart was sweet. I want to just tell you, so this morning time, he said, I don't go put another $1,000 check for mail. Now they hear? Now they hope this. Now the revival of hope this. In 1 week, an Ambazonian, high quality Ambazonian, we don't give up. He sent $1,500. Imagine how many thousands of Ambazonians and they don't give up. Because of the work of the agents provocateurs. Because of the work of paid agents. For cost instability for a war of independence. For destroy people, their characters, their personalities. For go after leaders and organizations. And make Ambazonia made a lost faith. Thank God for our strategy for be able to communicate for this high level. And connect with those kind leaders. For those kind papa them for we. For those kind uncle them. Connect with those kind auntie them. Because we hold our people for the highest level. Because we hold our mommy them for the highest level. We represent our papa them for the highest level. We go for represent our papa them the way our papa they go for be proud of we as they are picking them. We go for represent ourselves for the way our mommy they go for be proud of we. Say they be very proud. Say they born picking them like we. The way our uncle they will be very proud. Now the same thing the forces that they do on for ground. General F and don't do the same thing for ground zero. For represent the fighters, the forces, for the highest level, where it give the world the confidence for Ambazonia. We don't restore trust to our people then. And I want to thank that our uncle for Canada. I want to thank that our big brother for Canada. I want to thank that our papa for Canada. I want to thank all other Ambazonians where they don't regain their trust for the Ambazonia War of Independence. We still get work for doing. We still get for unite our communities and heal the wounds. We still get for reach out for all the other communities then. And well-intentioned Ambazonians who they believe for the Ambazonian people then. And they believe for the freedom of Ambazonia. We go reach out. And for all we. The freedom of Ambazonia and for all Ambazonians. Not be for some one person. Not be for some one movement. And for all we. For how far we don't come as a people. Regardless of the obstacles. But we know live and make what happen for the past. Make it prevent we from reaching out for other leaders and movements where they get something for offering from the Ambazonia people. Now time for all we for align. Now time for all we for align. Ground zero don't align. That's why ground zero be stable. Ground zero don't align. We don't put a leadership on the ground where ground zero don't align itself. And ground zero be very stable. So too for outside here, we go for align. We go for align for conclude this chapter for our history as a people. Now time this for align. With the results, we wait till the work. We wait till don't give we the foundation for hold this thing together. Align with the leadership. We don't prove to the Ambazonian people them. As the one will be more inspiring, very pragmatic, very visionary. The one will be stable, dependable. And he don't hold the highest level of character. That time we all with align. All we. Because we move now for a very critical phase. We move for a very critical phase. We there for a very good place. It requires alignment. It requires me all we align. For do this last work with a man. A time kuna plenty. A time kuna plenty for the time we don't can spend for today. A time kuna plenty. Say now. A sense with the follow on. A strategy with the following hard work. And the Governing Council of Ambazonia and the people from Ambazonia Defense Forces, they don't show the highest level of dedication and commitment to the liberation of Ambazonia in terms of their focus, their energy, and the kind of projects in which they don't achieve for move the Ambazonian people forward for our collective freedom. I thank you plenty. One salute the Supreme Commander of the Ambazonia Defense Forces, General Effa, and one honor you. As you talk, one honor you for the leadership we don't build on for ground, for the control we don't help the forces, the generals, for take back control of Ambazonia. We'll be so far away from all now. There will be one. We'll be so far away. But that spirit, for that teamwork, would work together as one people on a common mission. Space is not divide we. Time is not divide we. One people on a mission. We do one work. Even though we'll be so far apart. And the team spirit that. So General Effa, Lieutenant General Popo, and Grandpa Devo, General Sumangoro, Rambo, Yannick, Cobra, all una. Usaluruna. We thank you plenty. We thank Dr. Ayabacho, Vice President of Governing Council of Ambazonia, Benedict Kwa, the big guy, the big boss for the ADF, the Secretary General S.J. Ayamba, Ground Zero Ground Coordinator Mami Wole, Chairman Kavi, Chairman Ambazonia FBI, Comrade Capo Daniel. One, thank you for the work we don't really do for the forces, you and your team. And for our people, then for Bui, we send one love for all una. The generals then for Bui, the new general where they don't put it for Bui, General Kumbo, General Ibube, General Capo, Commander Riwan. We know say una dey strong. I know say una fit count on the leadership for continuously for provide and make sure say una get all what be needed for carry on with the work way General Hassan it don't leave her. For make sure say we honor General Hassan by doing the work will be needed for conclude this chapter for the Ambazonian people, their history, for give the people them a free homeland. And that the reason that way General Hassan he laid down a life for the freedom of Ambazonia. So one thank all winner. When I get a good night, we'll talk all tomorrow. May God bless all man.
Stay tuned on ACN TV. We will be right back.